Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Aries July 2020 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, as far as July goes, Mars is going to be in Aries, and the first house is going to be emphasized and highlighted. Now, for Aries at this time, this could be a time where you could be more strongly about taking action and initiative more so than usual. This could be seen more readily on a first impression. This could manifest in Aries like new beginnings, such as doing something with welding, firefighting, law enforcement, maybe taking up a combative sport. It could be like boxing or judo or wrestling, karate, anything that could be Aries, like as far as an Aries sport may go. You may at this time, this could be an increase in energy. You may have a very strong abundance and surfeit of energy at this time, but there can also be a greater propensity for injuries, and it may be especially to like the face or the head area at this time. So it's important just to be careful. Aries can be a little bit reckless, so just watch when you're making turns and at your corners and you're running around the house. Sharp objects, there could be greater propensity for cuts through those things at this point in time. Now, situation with people that may be from your early childhood or even a grandmother in some cases may be a little bit more contentious and acrimonious, more so than usual. So anyway, well, the next thing up is Jupiter will be in Capricorn, so the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time for you Aries, this could be very fortuitous, perhaps for a Capricorn career. It could be doing something in accounting or dentistry or something with business, information technology, something with the government or politics at this time. It could just be very auspicious and beneficial for your career in general. You might find yourself being a little bit, gaining a reputation for being a little bit more jocular, more so than usual, more jovial, maybe with a wry sense of humor. It might be a humor where maybe you're expressing yourself, you're joking, but with a very serious expression at this time. But remember that, as I've stated in previous videos, Jupiter can be rather paradoxical, could be very strongly benign and benevolent, but it could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. In some cases, it might enlarge or expand responsibilities, perhaps to your social status, toward getting notoriety, recognition, toward career-related matters. It could be dealing with issues with the dominant parent, which is often the father. This could also be a time too where it could be also very lucky and fortuitous for gaining notoriety, for gaining recognition. You might even be doing something career related that could be tied into Jupiter. It could be something like with publishing or doing some work with foreign affairs, the law, something with sports. And it may have been done, given that this is Capricorn energy, done with a lot of premeditation and a lot of plan energy. And also it could be very beneficial for just gaining structure and discipline in matters pertaining to one's career, to issues with the dominant parent, which is often the father, toward gaining greater success in life, toward just increasing your social status, your stature in life at this time. Now, the next thing up is, well, Saturn will be in Capricorn for practically the whole month, so the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, keep in mind, Saturn can be, it's not just about restrictions and limitations, it could be also about fear. This could be a time where you might be fearing more career responsibilities, more so than usual, but it could also manifest in some cases at working laboriously on a Capricorn-related career. It could be something connected, something with dentistry or accounting, something with business, politics, the government, even information, technology. It could also be dealing with sorrow and feeling despondent over some cases a very cold or undemonstrative dominant parent, which is often the father. Could be an authority figure, an older person, somebody that might be prominent in your career situation. It could also be a time too where you might find yourself taking care of a sickly or debilitated dominant parent again, which is often the father. It could be an authority figure. You have a rapport with an older person. It may be something Capricorn related, such as something with the knees, the bones, the joints, and the hamstrings in some cases. So anyway, but at the same time, this could also be dealing with about more restrictions and limitations. It could be trying to attain notoriety, recognition, improving your stature in life, your social status at this time. This could be a time too where, again, going back to Saturn, being involved with fears. Maybe there's a part of you that you don't really understand that might be fearing some kind of success, and maybe you might not be aware of it. Say if this is making an adverse aspect to your natal moon, it might be on an unconscious level that you're not completely cognizant or aware of. Next thing up. Well, Uranus will be in Taurus still, so the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, Aries, you might be dealing with some financial fluctuations. It might be that your income situation may be very erratic and sporadic. Possessions may be going the same way. You may have something one minute, then it may be out the door, figuratively speaking, the next. It could be a situation, too, where this could be about dealing with, your self-worth and self-esteem might be fluctuating, might be going back and forth, but it could also be a time, too, where something Uranus-related can figure very prominently in your self-worth, your self-esteem, and how you feel about yourself. It could be getting involved doing with humanitarian efforts. It could be doing something with computers, electronics, innovation, something astronomy, astrology, and esoteric subject. Could also be about Taurus friendships. In some isolated cases might figure very prominently in these matters, and even in possessions and your resources as well, and also your income at the same time. It could also be doing something, making money, doing something Uranus related. Again, something could, as an example, can be connected with aerospace or rocket science, something with computers, electronics, innovation, doing something working with electricity, anything that could be Uranus related. So anyway, well, and also, too, you might be involved in buying and selling, and might consist of Uranus related things. Again, something with computers or something with electronics. It could be very innovative items, new technology, and it might be where your friends might even figure more prominently and really are more pivotal in issues with buying and selling with you at this time. So anyway. Well, next thing up, Neptune will be in Pisces still, so the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, this could manifest in a multitude of ways. This could be about dealing, now in some isolated cases, some people may be dealing with a Neptunian-like mental illness like schizophrenia, but this is very isolated, and a lot of that could be predicated and dependent on other aspects as makes the points in your chart, such as if this is, say if it's making a square to your third house cusp, or if it's making an adverse aspect to your natal Mercury, and there could be some progressions might reaffirm this, but it could be about dealing with a lot more isolation, more so at this time, and dealing with isolation, and even matters with deception can be oneself undoing. Some people might be incarcerated through some issues with drugs or alcohol, or some crime of deception such as identity fraud or theft. It can be also where, on a positive side though, this could manifest in some cases as a lot of self-sacrificing energy for those that are less fortunate than yourself, such as the hungry, the impoverished, the oppressed and the homeless at this time, or doing something Neptune related in solitude and seclusion, doing something, for example, connected with photography, poetry, dancing, the metaphysical, which includes astrology, spirituality, something with illusion, like working, like practicing magic tricks, as another example. Anything that could, or it could be the enjoyment of playing something fantastical, or doing something like Dungeons and Dragons as an example, or those are some ways that this could manifest and pan out. You also might be dealing with more chaos in your private life, more so than usual at this time, Aries. And anyway, well, last but not least, Pluto will be in Capricorn still, so the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, well, one way this may manifest and pan out, it could be about being involved in a Plutonian career, doing something like with nuclear physics, or doing something with the occult, supernatural, could be astrology, doing something, working in a career that could be connected with, it could be a death profession, working as a coroner, doing something, working as a mortician, a funeral director, something with insurance. It could be involved with transformation like recycling, but it could also be about also gaining power and trying to gain power and control in your career at this time. And also there might be more of a desire for notoriety and recognition, more so than usual at this time. Now, in some isolated cases, I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but you know I'm going to anyway. It could manifest in the actual, it could be a death of the, literal death of the dominant parent, which is often the father. It may be somebody that might have played an integral role in your career or gaining notoriety, recognition. If you have a promoter in some isolated cases, a person you may know well in a position of authority, an older person. Could also be at times too, this could also be about the revival, the rebirth of one's career. Remember, Pluto is about rebirth and regeneration, but you also may be dealing with power struggles in one's career right now, or power struggles with the dominant parent, which is often the father, authority figures, people, older people, people that it could be at this time, so people in positions of authority. And also too, when you're talking about Pluto in astrology, it can also be, Pluto can be connected with what we expect infallibility from. And given that this is the 10th house, you have to be careful that you're not expecting that too much from older people, the dominant parent, which is often the father, people that are in positions of authority, businessmen. It might be people in the government, people that might have been prominent in your success in your life, your social status, gaining notoriety, net recognition if you have a promoter, or people that are helping you somehow, that giving you friends. You might have friends that are helping promote you somehow, or your abilities that are helping you gain notoriety and recognition. So anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.